Hey, what's up, family? We back. We back with another banger. It's your boy Ab, and you watching Regular Guys, Irregular Cars. I just want to thank y'all in advance for tuning in. Got something special for y'all. Trust me when I tell you, we got something real special for y'all. Put your seats in recline, kick back, and enjoy the show. I'm gonna introduce y'all to the man of the hour. Let's get it. Yo,
What's up, brother? How are you?
what's going on,
Good,
baby?
Good.
We here.
We're here.
Big stage. You ready for this?
Ready.
Let's
The car's
get it,
ready.
man.
I'm ready.
The car's ready. I heard that. My bro is ready. Let the people know what's your name, what city and state you representing, and if you're down with any team, let them know that too.
My name is Steve, Jersey City, born and raised. I work at GT Imports. It's me and my brother Simon's shop, and this is where we do our work.
This is where we do our work. Okay,
That's
okay.
our team, GT Imports.
That's right. Yo, y'all better tap in. I'm not gonna say too much, but I'm gonna let my bro Steve. Anytime you want to talk about that, please do so, bro.
We'll leave everything. We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it play out. But let the people know what's the year, make, and model of the car you're gonna show them today.
So it's a 1975. It's a 911s.
1975.
75 911s. It don't ride like a 75. It don't look like a 75.
It
but
definitely doesn't. But it's a 75.
It's a 75.
And it's a 911S.
It's a 911s, no
Okay.
sunroof. It's got some mods to it. All my flavor, the ducktail, the front bumper, the tire size, everything's been kind of tailored for my likings.
For your liking.
For my likings.
I think it was tailored for my liking too. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I seen that joint, I said, "Damn, I like it. I like it a lot, Steve." But all right. So what? I gotta ask you this though. What made you even get the 911 and the 75?
So we're German guys. We do Mercedes, BMW, do a lot of Porsche and Volkswagens.
Okay.
And I worked on them all the time, and I could never just get my hands on one.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when a car comes, it has to be a deal. It just has to come to us. We don't go looking
hunting for
Yeah,
it.
we don't go
Okay.
looking for cars. And this came to us.
Mm.
And you know, I saw it, I loved it, and it didn't look like this. But after a couple years of work, it's exactly what I wanted, and that's it.
So you answered.
And I'm not solely a Porsche guy. I like other cars.
Other German cars?
I like Mercedes. I like BMWs. I'm into other stuff, older stuff. But yeah.
Okay.
But this is my favorite. This is the funnest to drive.
I got a question for you,
Uh-huh.
and don't hit me over the head with the bat for this question, but I'm gonna ask you the question for those people who are not in this world, right, of cars. And this, some people JDM, right, some people American Muscle, but for the people that's not in this world, Porsche is German, Italian,
No, Porsche is German.
German.
Porsche is German. We don't do Italian.
Ah.
Ferraris, Lamborghini, spaghetti cars.
Guys, you hear my bro?
Those cars don't last. These
the Germans.
These cars are made to last.
That's
Yeah.
what they say. German engineering is
They're
different.
made to last. Everything on the car you can fix. You don't got to replace. You take it apart, you fix it, you clean a contact, whatever it may be, and you put it back together, and it's the same quality as it was 40 years ago.
Guys, y'all got to catch the jewels right quick. So you said something that just a light bulb went off in my head. You said with these cars, these German cars, you don't have to fix. You just gotta what?
You don't have to replace.
Oh, you don't have to replace.
You don't have to replace stuff.
You just gotta
You can
fix.
New
That's
cars,
huge. That's huge.
You replace everything. You take a new car to a repair shop, you're ordering parts after parts after parts. These things, they're made to be taken apart and fixed.
That's huge.
So you still
don't
have
gotta
the same
replace it.
quality.
You can
don't
just
have to
fix it.
replace. Some stuff you replace.
That's
Most
the
stuff
big
you
deal.
can take apart and fix.
Nice.
And if I can't fix, there's somebody that can fix.
There's somebody
yeah,
there.
there's a specialist for everything.
Facts.
There's a specialist for everything.
That's huge. Now this question that I got for you, you already answered it in a couple different ways, but I still like to ask it. I like to ask it because the channel is made to motivate people, right? It's made to inspire people. I want people, when they see you driving through in this beautiful 911 Porsche, I want them to know that we're regular guys at the end of the day. you're actually working when you're not working type of situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You answering calls, you navigating stuff at the same time. So we're regular guys that we got to work every day and make things kind of make sense, and then we still get to drive what we're passionate about. I want to ask you this: what do you do for a living to be able to drive this beautiful 911?
So I have a repair shop, GT Imports. Me and my brother Simon have a repair shop.
Yes,
GT Imports. He started, and then I met him a couple of years in, and just always put in all our efforts.
Okay.
And it's just been good to us. It's been good to us, to our families, and that's why we could do this. I mean,
Definitely.
a lot of this stuff is we buy it with the intent to sell it, and we will sell at some point, but if we didn't put in our efforts, we wouldn't be able to buy it to sell or keep or drive or enjoy or whatever it is. But we're regular dudes. I mean, go to work every day.
Every day, man.
We have kids. We have families.
Facts. Facts. Speaking of having kids, having families, going to work every day, doing what we got to do to make things happen. I'm ready to make things happen by showing people the car. You ready to show the people the car? Let's show the people the car. Sheesh. Guys, goodness gracious. Sheesh. This is one of them ones, y'all. Bump, 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 bump. Golly, Steve. 1975, huh?
75. God. It's got an upgraded motor. It's got carburetors on there, so it's kind of a hot rod kind of thing.
Hot rod kind of thing?
Yeah, it sounds good. It smells good. It moves good.
Look at that, man.
It does everything it needs to do so well.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, it's user friendly. Anybody can drive it.
This thing is hard. Weird, man. Alright, we're gonna get right into this thing, Steve. I'm not gonna prolong it. I just like to spoil the people and let them see it first. But what are we looking at, Steve? Paint-wise, first of all, in color.
Paint-wise, it's a sepia brown, or it's a modern sepia brown, so it's gonna be a little off. But it fits the car well.
Is this original color?
It's an original color.
Sheesh.
It wasn't a very popular color, but now people are starting to get into the browns and the greens and the yellows.
Yeah.
And that at first I didn't really dig it so much. I think the paint was a little off. It wasn't as poppy as it is today. But now it's got a nice gloss to it. It looks good in the sun. It looks good in the shade.
Exactly.
It looks good in the garage.
Exactly.
No matter what angle it is, it has like a nice sheen to it. It flows well.
Yes.
If I had to call it, I'd call it milk chocolate. That's
Milk
exactly
chocolate. That's what it
looks
is.
like.
Exactly, guys.
It's Yoo-hoo chocolate milk.
Yep. This is the Yoo-hoo, baby. This is the Yoo-hoo right here. Guys, take this in, man. This is the Yoo-hoo for real. Chocolate milk. This thing is gorgeous. Golly. All right, so we talked about paint. Now this is the original color from back then. Did you have to repaint it or anything?
Yeah, the car was repainted.
Okay.
Everything was stripped. All the rubbers.
Look at the rubbers, y'all.
Everything came off. The windows were out. Door sills were out. Everything was off the car.
Everything.
It was repainted, and then I put everything back together, down to even all the rubbers. All these rubbers. These are all new. Because the old stuff is old and it starts to crack. So all this is new, and the point of that was that when you paint it, you don't get overspray. So you don't have the rubber and then you got paint on it. Everything was painted, and then all the rubbers, all the strips, everything was installed.
Smart.
So not smart. It's just
makes sense.
It's the way to do it right.
Facts.
It's the way to do it right, and it looks better, and it comes apart better. Just everything is better when it's done that way.
So I gotta ask you this, Steve. Speaking of the rubbers being brand new and all of that, it's so meticulously done, though. I gotta ask you, was that easy to find? Is that something that
everything's available?
Some stuff is ridiculously cheap. Some stuff is stupid expensive.
Facts.
But what I did is I initially bought some new parts.
Okay.
Whether it was strut mounts or arms, control arms, whatever it was. and I realized that the new stuff I bought is it doesn't compare in the quality to the old stuff.
Okay.
So I got rid of most of that crap, and I took all the old stuff and I had it refurbished. So whether I had to put new bushings on there, I got upgraded elephant bushings, things like that.
Right.
I put new bushings, but all the old metal hardware, all that stuff is 2 and 3 times the thickness of the new stuff.
Facts.
So
you stayed with that?
I stayed with all the old stuff. It's just all been refurbished, whether it was zinc plated or it was powder coated. It's been redone and on there. If something had to get changed, I changed it. But if I couldn't, if I could use the old stuff, I would.
There's a go.
But everything's been refurbished.
That's back to what you said. You don't gotta replace it. You just gotta fix it.
You just gotta fix it and make it nice.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I'm gonna let you run the exterior situation. What else is going on exterior?
It's got a Euro bumper. Doesn't fit with the whale tail, but I like the way it looks.
So did it come with that?
It
bumper?
didn't come. It came with a sealed bumper. It's just kind of a spoiler. But this gives it a more aggressive look.
Yes. So this is.
And then I like the yellow fog lights. You know?
Facts. I
like the yellow fog lights. They fit good. The yellow fits good with the brown.
Yes. So it didn't come with yellow fog lights?
It didn't come with any fog lights.
None at all.
And when they do come with fog lights, they sit on the outside. So this is recessed in.
What? Nice.
And nothing is over. Nothing is too much. So anybody can like the car.
Definitely.
Some cars have big wheels and big spoilers and big this. Anybody can look at this car and say, you know, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice and it's not too much.
Facts. This is ill.
All the chrome's been polished. I upgraded. These are the original lenses, but I upgraded the lights. I put LEDs in there.
LEDs?
Yeah, they're not period correct, but I can't see at night.
Right.
So, you know, if I have to sacrifice something, I will. I'd rather see at night than be period correct.
That makes sense.
You can't see a deer at night, you know.
Yeah, we need that. We need that vision.
The wheels, they're factory wheels.
Nice.
The tires are a little chunkier, so they fit the wheel well a little better.
Yeah.
And they stick out a little bit. And then it's a Euro ride height, so it's about an inch lower in the front and maybe 3/4 of an inch lower in the back of an American model. Yeah, so it fills the wheels well, and as low as it is, you know, it doesn't rub, it doesn't do anything.
Rubbing,
no, I take turns, you know, doing 40 and 50, and it's nice and smooth all the way around.
Nice. We gotta talk about these windows. You got the pop-out window in the back.
Yeah, so this was an option. Not all of them had it.
Crazy.
The car has no AC, so it gets pretty hot in there. But once you open those windows and the front windows, you're
good.
Yeah, you're good. You're doing. You're managing.
You're managing. Now, was that a thing back in '75? Most of them didn't come with AC.
Yeah, most of these didn't. They started coming with ACs like '79, a little later. Some did. But again, I changed the motor here and I put the carburetors on there, so there was no room for AC.
No room for AC?
Yeah, no, this is a muscle car. Somewhat a muscle car. But it's a hot rod. You know, it's not correct to a lot of people, but for me,
no, I love it.
For me, it is.
I love it. Now, this tail you was explaining to me. This is not the whale tail.
This is a ducktail.
Ducktail.
This was on the early 911s, race cars.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is supposed to have a flat tail, and it just says 911. Nothing up here. And I still have the flat tail. Because I may change my mind. So when I had the car painted, I had the original tailgate painted with it.
Yeah.
So if I ever want to swap, because I feel, you know, this way today or that way tomorrow,
yeah,
I could swap it right out and it's right back to factory.
So it's the whole hood?
It's the whole lid, yeah. The original one's metal. This is fiberglass.
Ooh-wee. Now normally I ask about audio. But I'm assuming did you do anything audio wise?
Audio's good, yeah. Yeah,
audio's
good.
Audio wise.
I did audio. Audio's just got a couple of.
Yeah, look at this, girl. Look. Nice.
A couple of speakers in the door. It's got a center speaker in the dashboard here. It came factory, but I was actually able to fit a bigger speaker from the bottom side. So
Really?
so I get bass from the middle, and then I get my vocals from
on the side?
on the sides, and it's more than enough sound. I mean, I don't drive this car to listen to music. I put music on, but I don't need it to be loud. But it's loud enough where you can enjoy it, and if you really want to drown out the engine, you can. You know, just turn it up. But I enjoy listening to the engine when I drive.
I'm sure you do. Let's look at this engine you enjoy listening to. Golly. Because that goes with my performance question. Did you touch anything performance-wise?
Yeah, so it's a 3-liter engine. It's got Zenith carburetors. It could have Webers, but Webers are American. This fits right in with the German.
Okay.
I went through the carburetors maybe 5 times trying to get them right. You have to replace the chokes and the jets, and you know, by the time I got the right combination to make this thing drive right, I went through it maybe 5 or 6 times.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and that doesn't include, you know, the engine. I didn't do the engine work. I bought the car from a friend of ours, and then he sold me the engine on top of that.
Oh wow! Buy the car, now buy the engine.
Well, it came with an engine, but it was smoking too much. He was like, you know what? I got an engine for you. So he sold me a car, then he sold me an engine. Yeah. But the engine was good. It was rebuilt. It came in, you know, all wrapped up.
This thing is nice.
So yeah, it's a 3.0. It's got the Zenith carbs on there. It's got an electronic ignition system. All the modern things to keep it running well.
Now you mentioned to me earlier, all these rivets and all these bolts. You had to do something to them before you.
Yeah. So most of the stuff was either not yellow or it was rusted. So this originally wasn't this color, but it was a steel color, and it was starting to, you know, fade or corrode over time.
Right.
But I had everything zinc coated. Manco plating.
Okay.
They did everything for me. Very nice guy. He showed me his facility. And the work that they do, and it's insane what they do. But everything has been redone. The hoses, the fittings, the nuts, the bolts, the suspension components, the engine mount brackets. So these are all new. These are all the old engine brackets with new bushings.
We gotta show these people what he talked about. This is crazy.
But so the original bolts, everything's been zinc coated, so you'll never get any rust.
Wow.
The hoses, the fittings, the fan shroud, the fan's aluminum. That's actually been zinc too, so this won't corrode over time, or it won't build up any corrosion. The stickers were all redone, so everything is correct.
Nice.
Things like the oil cap. I mean, even the oil cap was zinc coated just to
see that. That's crazy.
just to fit in.
Crazy.
And that theme's throughout the whole car. The
car.
brakes, the calipers, all the metal brake lines were zinc coated.
Even the suspension work.
The suspension work has
Guys,
all
come look under here right quick.
it's all been zinc coated.
If you come down, you can see what he's talking about.
So this is all original hardware, all new bushings, and it's all been zinc coated. The oil lines have been zinc coated. The brake calipers, all the hardware on this car has been zinc coated.
Sheesh. Steve.
And then everything's assembled with anti-seize or whatever it needs. So if you need to take this car apart in 10, 15, 20 years, if I'm even around, you know, you could take it apart, and not that you have to, because it's not going to be rusted.
Right, exactly. It's not going to be rusted.
But if you have to, everything will come apart nice and easy.
Yikes. Now I feel like we're moving. I want to show the people the interior of the car.
Okay.
Let's take a look at, guys, y'all got to look at this. Look at the leather seats and all that, man. Steve, what they looking at right now with the leather?
So these are the original seats. They've been reupholstered. Guy did a good job. Not the greatest job, but I'm happy with it. He inside is leather. The outside is vinyl, and then the rear seats are all leather. and then the trim all the way around is vinyl.
Beautiful.
And then it wraps into the door. The door is two-tone. The top is leather to match the seats, and then the bottom is vinyl. And then it comes all the way across into the dashboard and the kick panels.
So you did all of this over?
Yeah, it was all redone. I'm telling you, the whole car was apart. If I took something apart and I had to put it back together, it was put back either new or refreshed, refurbished.
Wow. It's that basketball brown, like that Spalding.
Yeah, and all the browns match. There's tones of brown from the outside to the inside. The steering wheel, the shift knob, the door poppers are also made out of wood, and it comes across and even matches the crucifix.
Look at that, y'all. Look at that, man.
It just flows. And then if you really want to match my brown glasses.
Yeah, you got the brown glasses on it, yo. Yo, look at the door. Look at the door poppers, though, for real. This is so ill. Look at that, y'all. And that's real wood?
That's real wood.
That's real wood on there, man. Are you serious? And the shifter too is that wood on the
shifter?
top?
The shifter is wood also.
Catch the 6-speed shifter. What is it, 5-speed?
It's a 5-speed.
5-speed shifter, y'all. Hard. That's real wood too. Come on, man.
And you gotta have the fire extinguisher. You never know.
You never know. We might have to put some of this
You never know. A lot of these things were put down because of fires.
Yes.
Especially with carburetors. But mine has been pretty good. It starts in the winter, it starts in the summer. I never have any starting issues. Knock on wood. This shit ain't gonna start right now.
You got a lot of wood. You better knock that. I'm gonna knock on the wood right here. You gonna knock on the little wood right there, man, for real.
Man. I paid a lot of attention to the details, and I made it the way I like it.
Definitely. So let me ask you, and it's gonna be a crazy question, but I know you like to drive this car.
Yeah.
Is this your daily?
No. My daily is a 02 Chevy Tahoe with 290,000 miles.
Ooh, okay.
That's
okay.
You won't find a better running truck.
Exactly. Okay.
How
often you drive this?
Maybe every 3-4 weeks. I'll take my
pull it
son
out?
out. Yeah, we'll go for a ride. I have a little
Sheesh.
booster seat. I put a towel in his booster seat and I strap him in.
Look in there.
He's 5. He loves it.
Look in the interior a little more, man.
My kid loves it. I took him to his graduation in this thing.
Yes.
It was only a mile away. More than that would have been too hot.
Oh, okay.
It was during last week's heat wave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We had that heat wave.
Yeah. But it was good. I enjoy it when I can.
Facts.
I enjoy it when I can.
Facts. Now, you did a lot of stuff to this car. I got to ask you this. What would you say was your most expensive, not necessarily modification, but just anything dealing with putting this car to make it how it looks right now?
Expensive?
What was the most expensive part of getting it to this level?
Just buying the car. So I think actually the most expensive part, which I can't put money on or get paid for, is the labor that I put into it.
Facts.
Okay, I probably got 600 hours into it.
Sheesh.
Yeah, absolutely.
600 hours.
Taking those carburetors
Spin the camera
apart
around, y'all. Spin the camera.
and
Just
redoing
look at the car.
everything.
While we talking, y'all can hear us. I want y'all to just soak this
hours
in.
and hours of putting stuff together and rebuilding and assessing.
Okay.
And you drive, and every time you take it apart, you put it back together, and you got to spend 2 hours tuning it. You got to go for an hour drive to get the engine hot, and then you got to let it cool down for a few minutes. And then you got to start tuning it, and then you got to go for another hour drive to see what the spark plugs look like.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's a process. It becomes a day process to tune it
Facts.
correctly.
Facts.
And if you have to do it 4 or 5 times, it eats up time. And that doesn't include, the assemblies of the little parts, the switches, the clutch and brake assembly. I mean, that thing took a day to put together. The bushings, the sanding and the polishing and the lubrication, so things don't go bad in 5, 6, 7 years. I built it to last another 50 years if possible.
So let me ask you this, before we kind of wrap it up. You talked about a lot of stuff just now. Is this like, I'm just gonna ask you straight up, did you encounter any major headaches putting this build together?
Yeah, so the major headache is I don't like to rely on people to do stuff for me, and
Yes.
and when it came to the body work or getting the upholstery done, I'm
Mhm.
on somebody else's time clock. So
That could be a headache.
you know, assembling and disassembling and going to the powder coaters and going here, and you know, anything I can handle, I handled, and I did it in a timely fashion.
Right.
But having to wait for the body guy to come around, or having to wait for the upholstery guy
yeah.
to go on vacation and come back, and then he's got to go back on vacation.
No
you know,
way. Again, right?
You know, things that should have taken 2, 3, 4 weeks took 3, 4, 5 months. But maybe that's because the connection. Maybe that's because people don't have the work ethic that some of us do.
Right.
You know, I get something and I try to get it done right away. You know, and the right way, not the wrong way.
Facts.
Some people just don't have that ethic. They just, either I'm a nice guy and I get backburned, or I don't know. It just doesn't work out. So I try to do anything and as much as I can on my own, without having to rely on anybody else.
Definitely. I'm gonna let the people soak this in before we shut this thing down, because this is a beauty, man. Golly. This thing is crazy. Guys, I told you I was gonna give y'all a treat.
Yeah.
It's another treat right here, man. Ooh-wee. It's another treat. I swear it is. Look at this joint.
That's somebody else. It's just
He took his time. He took his time, but again, he didn't want to waste too much time. They made him wait a couple times, but when it was on his time, he delved in.
Yeah, I always did.
Hey Steve, 2 questions before we wrap it up. Any future plans?
For this?
Yes.
No, I think it's done for the most part.
Okay. I love it where it's
I
at.
may drop the engine at some point and do a couple of things, but that's a winter project. Otherwise, no, it's done, and it's done the way I want. Maybe the steering wheel. I'm not a big fan of the steering wheel. He was supposed to wrap it in black, because I'm not into the two-tone stuff like that.
Okay.
But the steering wheel should have been black, and he made it into that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get that redone.
Any shout outs?
Otherwise, happy.
Any shout outs before we shut it down?
Shout out to you guys for hooking us up. Shout out to Donald Brown for sending you my way.
Donald, I appreciate you.
Absolutely. My
Appreciate
brother,
you.
my guys at the shop.
Yes. Peace,
my
Simon.
My
and
family,
all the
everybody.
guys.
Everybody that has to deal with me burying my head in these things and not being seen for hours and days.
Facts, man. Guys, we did it again, man. I told y'all I would not disappoint. It's Regular Guys, Irregular Cars, every Friday on YouTube. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button. Also, guys, we got Regular Guys, Irregular Cars on Instagram, and Regular Guys, Irregular Cars on TikTok. Make sure y'all tap into that as well. And feel free to buy super thanks on your favorite episode. Do that for us. That's going to help push the channel forward. Make sure you leave a nice comment and a like. Do all those good things for us. Like I always tell y'all, I love y'all. Peace.